kinda stole this beat from Cat's Millie, but I'll make it worth it. I promise. We are the children of the womb of the sun. Adolescent dress, stressing to be number one. Top gun, building on the side of a double wide ocean line. Find so many ways to lead the blind. I swallow the candy-colored capsule and a voice enters my head. Read a father's bed story, led a daughter to protection. And the boy with no direction said,
yard by yard, put a flesh into the soil and we grow a single yard.
Strange streams cross light beams and mirror referendum. Pure reprehension, bend into the will of representation. Inflation is beautiful information, is progeny of strain. Hopeless monotony gains the memories of pain. Your way, got me to kill the hope inside my brain. Any parts put out in beat boys, the rainbow stained blood veins. Moment captured in infinite limited color palettes. And songs that are fine with Steinberg design mallets.
I'm not even listening. Who are you to say that I've got something left here? I gaze into the souls of every last little mistake, and found that all that I had hated was me.
Rest in peace to the educated preacher. Not really sure if he's dead, but I never heard from him again. Jack Reacher. That is to say, a lot of bull spit from my lips. Pungent acid words react to fool's quips. That's it. That shit ratchet. You make us so much racket and noisy tolls. Work in the gut to be standing in shallow shark pen pools. Pen cools, pen spools. Everybody get dead rules. Leather body a chamber for miscontented hen schools. Of tiny naked idiots time for a new broken age. Or spineless shaken softs. It seems like you're in a broken page. Nobody's got the will. You're all imaginations of a mental frame. Constructed machination of a temperamental deadly flame. Deadly blame game, here's my finger, nice to greet you. I know the answers fuck off, I'd really like to meet you. I know there's something hidden beyond that sickly sun-starved skin. If you ask me nice, I'll put away the pen, just let me in. Grin, bear it, a life, and demerit a cycle in a parody, reality and disparity. Prosperity invariably shuns those who can't wear it. A rarity that seems to be a fair dispense of equity. Liquidity of monarchy surely brings ecstasy. Responsibility on the shoulders of the periphery. A solemn referee just wears a red flag, an amenity for those who seek the pure, impure tag. Sad dawns lean with cross bombs that form bonds. Bridge a gap between my shoulders and arms that right harms upon a twisted wicked system. Yes, I got qualms and a shifted sense of right from wrong. You got one last vigil, keeping voicing the harmonics and digital phonics. Two crowds posted on supersonics, it's harder than onyx. So she told around this question, to be honest, I'm caught in the reality of equestrian humanoids.
I'm not even listening. Who am I to try and bother with that at all? It seems that we cannot let ourselves enjoy anything. So why not just get caught up in all these mistakes?
You know what time it is. It's 7:25 on a Monday evening. That's right. It is a Monday Quarren stream. You bet your anus it is. Here we are, about to play some video games. The last chapter of Kentucky Route Zero. I have started to play more of my own music at the start of streams, just for shits and giggles. Hope everyone's enjoying that. It's been a fun, interesting week. I think I mentioned, trying to make sure the music is like somewhat audible. Yeah, here we are. It's Monday. We're streaming on YouTube and Twitch. LOKK9 for all the people out there. Hope you're doing all right. I am tired. Eventful weekend. Eventful week. Let me just
Let me just fade the music out there. There we go. Here we are. Yes, eventful week. So I talked a little bit last week's stream about stuff that I was doing. And so I mentioned I was looking for a new vehicle, and I am the proud owner of a new SUV, a Hyundai. We'll see. It's hard to say you're getting an upgrade when I was driving around an old Honda CR-V, and I had to sell it. I would have liked to hold on to it, but some of the things financially are a little out of my hands, in terms of keeping two vehicles on deck, even though a Honda had over 170,000 miles. I'm pretty confident it could last, beyond like 300. But now's the time for me to look into something newer, fewer miles, and hopefully it's guaranteed to last for a little while I figure things out. And yeah, so I got that all squared away pretty much. And for me, I'm the kind of person who when I'm making a big purchase, I do a lot of research. I have the money put aside, and I'm not like necessarily getting excited when the purchase is done and I found the thing that I was looking for and all that, because I don't know, it's not the end of the process just having the thing. It's kind of cool having a new thing, especially something you can interface with, like a new video game, a new piece of gear, a new instrument, a new car. But the higher ticket the item is, the less I don't know. Like if you buy something that seems fun and it's like $5, you feel great. But if you're spending thousands of dollars on something, you're like, God, I hope that it works out. That's generally my feeling anyway. So got that done. Weekend of work, got to play some music with other people. I've done a little bit here and there with Laura, but we also celebrated our 2-year anniversary. Spent 2 hours trying to open a bottle of Moscato. And yeah, wouldn't have it any other way. And now I'm just tired. Went through and was doing the stuff I needed to do to transfer my old car over and make sure my things, the new car, are squared away. So it's been eventful. Luckily for me, the next couple of weeks are pretty I don't have too much going on. Obviously Thanksgiving is coming up. But I don't plan on doing anything with family. So not really much to prepare for there. I don't know, maybe I'll do something with Laura or something, or maybe the family wants to Zoom. Chances are I'm sure for the folks at home, you have plenty of people are going to be doing things, having gatherings as the numbers go up. I do still plan on having a small gathering in the next few weeks with some friends, but we're going to try to keep it all outdoors and distanced. Now, obviously, it's going to get a little cooler but I don't mind wearing a few extra layers to have a bit of peace of mind. So I don't know, just try and be, I noticed something as I sit and wait to get into the game here. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we did last time before I get into the game. But before that, I know a little bit about the whole COVID situation. I feel like, we're humans, and we don't run through like a sort of like logic pattern before we do things. We don't we're not making decisions based on what numbers are or what's the latest thing, what latest research, because one, we're not everyone's getting that anyway, and two, people get conflicting information. Some of it is just data that doesn't necessarily seem to line up, and some of it is misrepresented information, and some of it is fabricated information. And three, when it is a decision, then people are going to do things based on how they feel about it, and everyone's going to feel a little bit different, and social situations affect how people act. So if people are feeling good, they're gonna feel like there's no problem and nothing's gonna go wrong, even though it certainly can. So I guess keeping that in mind, trying to get a little bit of rest from stress and connecting with people in your life, but trying to do it in a responsible way, because I can get that feeling of anger and disappointment at people for doing things that are not great for everybody else. But at the same time, on the stream, we talk about the context of everything, right? And how what is the decision that is being presented to people in general? We talk about recreational things like hanging out and stuff like that as the sort of model for bad behavior, but we don't talk about like the ways in which we do business, and I literally mean that, like different businesses, restaurants, things like that, things that people need to do to have any kind of security and survival in our environment, and all these different factors can't be ignored. You can't just look at a situation based on a short description of what happened in a single moment, because it all happens in the bigger context. So I don't know. I just think that's always important to keep in mind, especially down the line as we're looking back at all this. How are people going to look at it? They're just going to think like, oh, everyone's stupid. It's all the whole problem is stupid people. I hear that a lot. And if everyone's stupid, what does that make you? What does that make me? You know what I mean? The only not stupid person in the room. As a musician, when you're playing in a group, and you're playing and there's issues with tuning, if you're playing perfect A equals 440 on every note, and everyone else in the ensemble is a little bit flat, or more likely they'll be a little sharp or whatever. If they're all a little bit sharp, you're not the only one who's right. You're wrong. You know what I mean? Obviously, it depends on what you're talking about specifically, but I'm just kind of using that as a analogy about the way we think about things. Because there are things that we need to be aware of and we need to learn from down the line. Even just for right now, to prevent things from getting worse than they are. Though, I'm not expecting any sort of agility in terms of addressing what we're seeing right now. Anyway, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to talk about that as, holidays are coming up. And I know people have been celebrating and doing whatnot already. And, there are a lot of different things we can point to as a sort of catalyst moments. But anyway, let me go ahead and change up my audio, make sure the audio is doing okay. Okay. Stream's looking good. Okay. Well, why don't we just get into it then, huh? Let me yeah, that should be okay. So, last time on Kentucky Route Zero, we got some lovely information on the telephone, and we got to be part of the production of some local television. And things are sort of we're like I don't know, stepping into the shoes of living ghosts. The things that remain during decay. TV studio that's falling apart. Informational guide about a town that sounds like it was swallowed up into a different dimension, and things like that. And now we get back, I assume, into the zero, and I don't know if there's another side. Maybe there will be another side, or at least some sort of end to our journey here. But why don't we see what awaits us in the final chapter of Kentucky Route Zero. Act 5. Have we talked about what this it's like a projector. Missing demonstrations that where we met our main characters. This is where we sort of got into the zero and wacky stuff happened. Some nice informational call-in line. And a lovely late night local TV. Alright. Let's get into it. Act 5. Oh. Act 5, Scene 1. A town. A town. No, I can't remember. Is this a character we've met previously? This looks like maybe a town or just a single building, sort of swallowed up by a flood and a river. Which one's Shannon? It's always a gamble when you decide you're gonna voice characters. Give me just a minute. I'm afraid you carried more than your share. I can't remember if this is... Shannon seems like... Is that a character we had before? No, I'm used to it. TV's pretty heavy too. Almost forgot about daylight. Ha ha. I think it rained. Rained a lot, I mean. Wait. Is Ezra the little boy? Or is that a different kid? May I use your phone, Miss Shannon? Aw, who you calling? No, I thought you might have some games on there. Just guess the number. That's not a game. It's just something you don't know yet. So where's 5 Dogwood Drive? Dogwood. I think Ezra is the little boy. I can't remember. Right, no idea. Maybe we should split up? It's nice for a morning walk, but a bit muddy. So who am I? I am... I'm a kitty! Is that a cat? Looks like a cat. It's a damn shame it's what you call it. Oh, horse. Stressed me out. Well, what do you know anyway? Sorry, I'm just upset. You're right. It's one of the neighbors. Some like Final Fantasy music. Not too sad. No, I think I should be happy. Right. It's a remembrance. Right. Like a monument. Wait, I think it's that lady from... No, wait, never mind. Totally. So, they should be represented with dignity and respect, of course. Of course. But not to the point where it makes everyone feel like they have to be serious when they're standing under it. Who's who? I think she's like older, right? Maybe. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Oh yeah, it definitely does. I think I have an idea. Everybody has the same accent and voice in my brain. Great. Just dig in. Thanks, Marianne. Happy to help. What's up with Goth Girl? No, there's a dog over there. Oh, is this those guys? No. I don't see any clouds. Hell, it'll probably rain anyhow. Just our luck. I know these guys. Is this all the people that we've run into? Oh, really? He thinks it's gonna rain again tomorrow. No. I know, man. Animals have a sense for the weather. I'm actually gonna go back to where we were. At the start. Oh, man. What are these people? I have a feeling I want to check this out last. Oh. Hello. I see a ghost. Family of small mice huddle beneath the debris. The mice retreat into the shadows. This is the TV station. Elmo gave Rita a tour of the cameras and wiring. She'd just been through a certificate program on public broadcasting at the community college, so no surprises there. Nikki showed her the video databank, James demonstrated the sound and image processor, then Ron came barreling in with an urgent expression. Well, I see. Reader had entered the public broadcasting program at Fishtrap Lake Community and Technical College with a vague desire to be a newscaster. One of her instructors got her excited about pirate television, and she followed threads through TV and activist communities until she found herself here, somehow, volunteering at WVP TV. Ron's news was clearly bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. She knew things were unraveling, knew from experience what that looked like. Wouldn't it be nice to arrive at the beginning of something for once? But as she listened to Ron detail the power company's sudden withdrawal from town affairs, she heard other possibilities. She studied their faces and found concern, for sure, but also something like relief, hope, an awakening of play. Nikki looked like she might have been daydreaming. These were people, Rita decided, ready to step out of the company's shadow and build something of their own. Ron said the TV station would still be funded by court order. Could that be their anchor? What do you have to say about this, Mo? I see you too. Oh, come on. You gotta love talking to Mo. He always knows what to say. Never just a bunch of small talk, you know? Six or seven men stood in the sun about a dozen yards from the ditch, and he could hear them laughing. He tried not to hear them. Instead, he listened to the shovel punching through the dirt as he shaped the trench. It was wet dirt. Mud, really. It made a hungry sound as he shaped the trench walls. Glare from the noon sun made his sinuses tingle. The trench was a foot wide by now. By the time he was done, he expected it to be about twice that. Run most of the way from the middle of town over to where it could drain off into the creek. The laughter quieted into greedy chuckles, and he could feel the men approaching. Oh, hi, kitty. Where'd you come from, huh? Follow a bird up here? I think I remember Rita. Yeah. These folks, the ones who built this thing, they chase birds too. Really? That's what they wrote. Oh, really? That's what they wrote. They followed some migrating birds up here from Central America. Somewhere up to Florida. And then here. Well, that's what they wrote anyway. I guess it might have been a metaphor. Could be. George scanned the shelf. He quickly found the book he was looking for. There were only a few dozen left. More shelves and books now. The result of an experiment called the New Selection. Privately, he called it the Purge. But only privately, in small groups of reliable complainers. The unspoken rule was to hold back criticism as long as possible. Experiments needed time to unfold naturally, without the interference of doubt. George would have preferred to complain more freely. Fraser proposed and executed experiments just like any other community member, but his experiments had a scorched earth quality. They were all destructive. He moved from one area of community life to the next in search of excess to cut back. Lately, he turned his sight to the library. The New Selection meant decimating their store of books to Fraser's own inscrutable criteria. Now we are guaranteed something vital every time we take a book from the shelves. No more time lost to printed chaff. Frazier's colorless voice echoed in George's mind. He felt like spitting. Instead, he tucked the book under his arm and set off for the woods. Wow, he is a deep sleeper. Yeah, listen to that. It's making me a bit sleepy. Oh yeah, the rhythm of breathing. It's nice, hypnotic. Oh, it's the dog. Oh well. What kind of fish are those? They are goldfish. They eat algae and mosquito eggs. Very helpful. I'm surprised they survived the storm, actually. Oh, this lady. Okay. Some weren't so lucky, and now I'm writing this poem. Come by this evening and hear it for yourself. I'm like slowly remembering some of the people we've seen. I don't know if there's much doing out here. They must have been pretty nice pigs to let you ride them like that. Who's Flora again? You're a perfect gentleman. Then what happened? Is it a little boy? I can't remember. Who's Flora again? Later, I had to cross the desert of broken glass. The desert was strangely beautiful. The desert was every different color. All at once, I was overwhelmed. I'll take you there if you want to see it. Maybe on Saturday. I'm pretty busy. How about today? Are they both kids? I can't tell. I was traveling with some strange companions for a while too, but not as strange as yours. There was a strange woman who I think was a witch. She gave me a magical amulet for protection, but I lost it. I spent most of my night in the company of a bus driver. Her name was Marge. She had a lot of good disco tapes, too. Hung out with an old dog and some musicians. Wow, I'm jealous, but I won't let it ruin our friendship. We should stick together. It's a nice idea, but you should stay with your friends. I think they still need your help. Oh yeah, this thing. Remember in the other episode when we got to the museum, basically saw this town. I think Ezra's a little boy. I remember the voice I gave the little boy. I think I remember there's the old dog. I'm still wanting to do the whole last. So if Ezra's a little boy, then the voice sounds like, "Will I still fly?"
Oh, yes. She just got banged up a little in the storm. I'll have her up and running again by this afternoon, I'm sure.
Can I fly it?
Well, how's your upper body strength? It's good, really good. This old girl's operated by pulleys. I mean 100% mechanical. Well, except for the throttle.
I can do that.
I admire your confidence, young man. Yep, just a little bent metal. I'll have her skyworthy again in a matter of hours.
Wow.
I've been doing this a long time, kiddo.
I'm sure you have, Clyde. Nice little work area, huh? What's going on over here? At first, they only observed the truck from a distance. It was an alien carcass, something that made more sense in death than in life. The company had dropped it off in the middle of the day when everyone was at the plant. They let it sit overnight, alone and strange. Nikki thought it was ridiculous, but Ron approved. To Elmo, the truck was simply beautiful. He thought it was elegant. He liked the idea of passing it every day, observing it from different angles and distances. He didn't care if they used it or not, anyway. There weren't any roads in town, unless you maybe counted the old airstrip. Everyone had to agree this was money and attention that would have been better spent addressing the town's drainage problems. Maybe they finally get started on the damn messianic ditch. Still, they had a few things to dispose of. Broken flower pots, empty glass bottles, clothes that didn't fit anymore. They gradually fell into the habit of collecting waste and carrying it to the truck. Once a month, some shadows would come in from the night woods and haul the garbage away on a cart. These the out-of-towners. Is this a woman sleeping? Wake up! What's going on here? Is that a dude? Paints and chalk in the small bag. Diary in the large bag. Stuffed dog in the small bag. Photograph of Chris in the large bag. No, in the small bag? Sandra couldn't decide. Should she keep the photo of her husband, or should Alex keep the photo of his father? That's a tough choice. She wrapped the diary in a towel before stuffing it into her bag, feeling slightly silly doing it. Fraser had been on a tear collecting all written material as community property lately. She was sure he couldn't possibly have meant even a personal diary, but was she sure? She set everything down, closed her eyes, massaged her temples, and wondered, not for the first time, how Fraser had consolidated so much invisible power so quickly. How had he done it? Had he in fact done anything at all to claim his incredible lattice of influence? Or had they simply blindly given it to him? Something up with this Fraser fellow, huh? The person just disappeared. Slowly we all become shadows. Let's see what's going on over here. Clara, that's Clara. This headstone has no name on it. Maybe it was his choice. It's good they honored his wishes. Still, burial's not only for the dead. You disapprove? I'm being too morbid? No, you understand me. The animals, too, fear death. The seer reclined high in a tree, carving fine details into a small wooden pipe. She'd done the bulk of the carving over hazy mornings with a stoneworker. He smoked constantly. She only smoked when she was happy or very sad or bored. From this height, she could see the earth movers shaping the mounds under the draftsman's supervision. She could see him inspecting his plan, the drawing he'd made from her game, the map. It's that haunted barn, right? He pulled it out the water. So things are kind of developing as I run around. It's interesting. People are sort of coming and going. That's what it looks like anyway. You see these shadows too. He really is a beautiful dog. Beautiful? He's a charmer. What do you think? You want to go ride with this nice lady for a while? That's okay. I'm just taking one last look and then I'm back on the road. You said you were sketching, researching? I make stuff like this, kind of. Where do you exhibit it? I have one in the grass by an office park in Indiana. I think people sit on it and eat their lunch. Why did they build this huge dirt spiral? Most of these ancient earthworks are thought to be burial mounds, but this one definitely isn't. To be honest, I don't know what it was for. Junebug and Johnny strained to hear the noises coming from the well. There's that weird, sleepy singing again. Two songs overlapping, but the same singers in each group. You think the truck's okay down there? It's lost. They don't seem to mind. Is that where our boy is? No response. So what happened that night after they found the doctor? The flood, I guess. I guess they weren't too far. Shannon was the lady I think we were with in the beginning. I don't remember who Clara is. Maya was the visiting artist. Ezra was the boy with the giant bird brother. You have any more ghosts to visit? I already immediately forget the voice I gave these two. Oh. Do you hear music? Always. Strange to say, but I feel like I've been here before. Anyone else? Oh, is this your place? Weird time for new construction, but what do I know? This house is new? Ellie shrugs. She just kind of rolls with it. This is 5 Dogwood Drive. Feels warmer in here somehow, right? Warmer and brighter. Nobody lives here? Well, somebody ordered some furniture. Nice. Real nice. What this town needs is a kitchen. So much room though, we could set up a whole studio. and at night we look at the stars. I'd like to get out of town before dark. Somehow I thought you might stay here now to live. What was up the distillery? I guess I'm heading back to the distillery and see if there's anything I can do. An old man is lucky you look after him. Yeah, well, he'd do the same for me, right?
You know what this place is? It's a big doghouse.
Oh yeah, how'd you like that, old man? So, keep it mostly empty? All room for the dog? Surely we could find a use for all this furniture, though. Kinda feel like I'm on stage right now, actually. Know what I mean, ma'am? Weird acoustics. Like you get little echoes for the sounds themselves. I like it. Need to make sure and preserve some of this stuff for the next big storm. May only be a show for the raccoons. I like to see that. We saved what we could.
Hey, Cat, I'll race you. I'm here to that pile of mail, okay? Come stand here. This is the starting line. Ready? Get set. Go! Alright! Oh, it's no shame to lose. I'm a fast runner.
Rita tore up weeds. Emil stood next to her with the bucket. She passed him the uprooted weeds, and he stuffed them in the bucket. They worked this way for a few hours. Dark clouds drifted slowly closer, but wouldn't arrive until evening. Rita left to get some tea. Elmo sat in the dirt. He pulled up a blade of grass and held it in the path of a ladybug. When it boarded the grass and Elmo lifted them both into the air, he held the bug close in front of his face and tried to count its spots. Rita came back with a plastic jug of sweet tea. They sat and drank for a while, and then got back to work. The garden was coming along as well as they could hope, given months of neglect. When the plant shut down, the company abruptly pulled out of the area and took a large part of the town's population with it. This included the Carver family, who had tended this garden, the largest and most productive in town, for years. Now the garden would be cared for by a new family, and feed what was left of the town and whatever came next. They didn't know much about gardening, but they were prepared to learn on the job. They knew for sure they would plant tomatoes. Those had grown well from this garden in the past. Rita and Elmo worked until it started to rain. The rain washed their sweat into the dirt.
Till finally it just gave way. But you did good work. It's not your fault. They didn't let you finish, that's all. If they let you finish, oh, forget about it. Forget about it. This place would be dry as a bone. You always did good work. Mamma mia. It's a memorial. So what is this? What's this? Oh man, it's totally broken. Inquisitive meow. Waterlogged tapes. They might still play. Who knows? But all the VCRs are shot. This is a very sad meow. I don't even know where to put all this. I hate to call it trash. I wonder if that garbage truck still works. Where'd Mo go? It's those two. Nice little setup you got. Yeah, it's alright. Many afternoons have come and gone right here. Listening to the radio. Taking a break for some maintenance work. How's she looking anyway? Hurts to look at, doesn't it? I hate to see such a beautiful creature in pain. Cass would never let it get this bad, I'll tell you that. Tell me about Cass. She was a smart lady. No, she was a wise lady. Knowing her, I came to see the difference. She had a sense of things to come. I don't know if it was clairvoyance or just good eyes. There was one thing Cass always insisted on about this place. No roads leading in or out. Hell, we could always fly.
Does it work?
I don't know. I think you wanted to hear... No, it doesn't work.
I could probably fix it.
Oh, you could definitely fix it, man. Then you'd have a new robot friend. And then
And then I'd have a new robot friend.
my little kitty friend. Didn't really get a look at this last time, did I? Well, hello. Wanda, time to wake up.
Nope. Dead to the world. It's an interesting one. Just try again later, I guess. It's really cool. Where'd you get it? Oh, it was just my pocket, my jacket pocket. Is it special? It's exactly the one we need to play this game. 20 sides. Oh, it's these people. You play board games? I'm more into screens, I guess. It was actually someone else's jacket. I'm sure he doesn't need that anymore. It's cool that it glows in the dark. Now we just need a dark place to play. My friend's uncle said we could use his basement. Perfect, I'll hold on to this. Don't lose it. I will guard it with my life. Ah. The old guy died or something? So, was he the one in purgatory? In limbo? Everyone else was just reflections of things he might have seen? A croak reverberates inside the smoker. A frog slips out into the grass, too quick to see. Too difficult to animate. This is a pretty gorgeous, vignette though, isn't it? This is awesome. Looks great. And we're seeing that things are changing, right? Like, how long have we been here? But things look looking different. You know? Season's coming around. Nice. And I get to run around as a kitty. See what's going on here. Would you believe it came to me in a dream? Anyway, you don't want to hear about that. Oh yeah, this lady. Oh, wasn't I trying to give her like a New York accent or something like that? Oh, okay. She's New York accent lady. It's nice. What's this for? Oh god, I don't know if I can do another accent. I'm just doing this vague southern accent for everybody. Some oranges. You want some oranges, kid? Hey, kid. They're gonna put this up on the old barn. It's part of the ceremony. I'm honored to tell you the truth. There we go. More of a Jersey accent, isn't it? So how did you all get food out here? Oh, there's slow-mo. Gentle cooing.
That's what I figured. Why? Yeah, okay. Will you stick around to help? You're right there. I'll think about it.
I'm just curious, I guess. I know them pretty well by now, but I'd like to have known them better. Oldest one here is quite a mystery to us all. Very particular. I leave the radio on for her at night. Somewhere between stations, so it's just hissing. She likes the hissing, I think. I can't say why. So where to next, miss? I'm beginning to think I might stay here. Is that ridiculous? Lithuania. So she have a... So she's gonna have like a Eastern European... I will stay here and care for your ghosts. Instead of a dreamy sounding southerner, she's some sort of Eastern European. Oh, instead of an old lady, that's just a little girl. Clyde lay on his back on the runway, hands folded beneath his head, halfway between dreams and the afternoon sun. He entertained the momentary delusion that he'd survived a plane crash, and was vaguely unhappy when the dream faded. The runway smelled like oil, years of leaky light aircraft taking off and landing. All the state said they wanted was to knock down some trees, many trees, and build a road tying the small town to the larger web of streets and highways that entombed the rest of the country. It would bring in new goods, new people, maybe even some cash for tourism. Many of the residents supported the idea. Clyde and his inner circle of stunt pilots turned mail carriers knew that a road would be the end of their secluded paradise.
Choppy seas today, Captain.
Aye, Captain. Let's reinforce the sails.
Oh, hi, kitty. Yes, it's a beautiful day. I guess the weather was pretty bad last night, though. Now, you're a chatty one, aren't you? What, you can't understand me, lady? Sure, whatever you say. Alright, well, take it easy. Whatever. Yeah, I'd be worried about that too. Well, it isn't just the rodents. The floors are mostly rotted, I think. You'd fall right through. I'm surprised they're still standing after last night. All the buildings? No, most of them have good bones. It's just those ones the rotten power company built. The ones that the power company built are rotten. Oh, okay. Yeah, the power company moved in here a while back and set it up like their own little town. For the workers. They didn't build them too good, huh? It's garbage.
They couldn't be bothered. I lived in that one over there, in fact, when I first came here to work at the power plant. Oh yeah? I wouldn't set foot in there now, though. Haha. No kidding. Like some growing happened here. Some of these are really old.
Maybe we should open them.
No, don't do that. That's illegal. Oh wait, that's a lady. Haha. He says not to open other people's mail, kid.
I know what he said. But if they're not even here to open it themselves.
I won't tell a soul. Heavier than they look. Sure, everyone's heavier after they passed. It's only natural. The spirit has no weight. In fact, it lifts us up a little. Hello? Oh, it's you again. Yeah, well, feel free to pitch in. I'm sure it would go a lot quicker with two of us on it. Busy, huh? What? Left a sunbeam unslept in? Do it yourself. I'll be here. She watched him. She stood in her own shadow. A few deer hunters and talkers walked past, but said nothing to the seer. Didn't even look. She studied the path. This was the path the seer had found in her scrying game. A series of private dice rolls and inscrutable diagrams. The community trusted this game. It had led them to fish-filled streams, intimate knowledge of the elements and the stars, even here to the Cenote settlement. They trusted it without understanding it, and now the game had revealed to the seer this vital route, which would lead them to safety before the next floods came. At the end of the route, she'd seen a safe, quiet place. Caverns of leathery black birds, a lake of eyeless fish, a towering flame. Now, the diver walked the mounds, memorizing the route. He was almost ready.
Holy diver!
You know how long you have to be asleep before you can start dreaming?
Sometimes I think I'm dreaming even when I'm awake.
Entirely possible. Even if you never go to sleep, you'll start dreaming on your feet. We used to pull some pretty long hours at the TV station, really pushing our limits. Sometimes it bled into the work. We drew inspiration from another group who lived here before us. They built this. Called themselves the People of Nothing. Fearless experimenters. The Pueblo de Nada. Whenever I make a decision, I never know what's going to happen next. Is that an experiment? I guess you could also call that playing, right? You'd fit right in here. Sure, it's a mess right now, but there's some residual energy from those fearless experimenters that I don't think will ever dissipate. I could stay here. Junebug and Johnny walk up. What's good, little dude?
We were talking about the people who built this.
Oh, were you in the band? What do you think, kid? You got room for a drummer?
I should probably get back to Julian.
Ron dug a grave. Hey, this book's in pretty good shape. The City of Ladies. Interesting. No, I've never read it either. Good question. Let's take a look. Here we go. Minerva, Circe, Sappho, and some ladies from the Bible. I think they all get together and build a city. Sounds nice. I'll get us a bus ticket, huh? Oh God. I'm gonna do the Elmo voice.
But before that, it was the company store.
Oh sure, I worked in mine for a bit.
And you know all about it. Never enough. We had to start a garden. But something you just can't grow. If you want.
Anyway, I'm trying to remember. I was listening back. The Elmo voice. There's something particular about it. I'm trying to remember the quality of it.
If you want, and you promise to keep it a secret, Elmo pass on Elmo's waffle recipe before Elmo head out.
That's okay. I don't really eat.
No, Elmo, guess you don't.
I think there's people I didn't meet. Him and the other one. I guess I didn't run into them.
We ought to just set this place on fire.
No way. I'd like to see the cafe reopen. "3A. Lay paper flat. 3B. Bring bottom left corner up to top right corner. 3C. Crease with firm, steady pressure along diagonal fold." Nikki applied only gentle pressure. Looser flowers felt more alive. She rolled her wrists. It was the 6th hour of her assigned company store shift, and she'd made dozens of flowers. Ron had bought a bouquet and cleaned out their stock that afternoon. 11. Repeat steps 4A through 7 for each petal, taking care not to rip the filaments from step 9. The company store used to have a dedicated staff, until the civic responsibility plan a few years back. Now everyone took 1 or 2 shifts a week on a mandatory volunteer basis. A commotion outside caught Nikki's attention. Men yelling, blows landing. She put down her work and stepped out just in time to see the crowd disperse. Something brown scurries up the side of the tree.
Squirrel.
A squirrel? Too fast to tell. What are you two up to? Clyde and Cass sat cross-legged in the shade of a light aircraft. Cass shuffling cards and Clyde absently flipping through a stack of unopened letters. Demand for aerial stunts having faded almost completely, and many of their company having died or aged out of the profession, Clyde and Cass found for their remaining pilots a steady flow of contract work delivering mail to remote rural areas. This place was abandoned. Cass's cards predicted they'd be here for quite a while. A little leap. Hey, you got it up and running? Come on, I gotta see this. Give it another go. Yeah, there you go. Hell yeah.
Where are you flying to?
Flying. I'm just checking to see if everything's working okay.
You can fly her somewhere if you wanted to, though, right?
Of course.
Oh, why don't you?
Here we go. Keep your distance now. I really like this knife. It has an aura, you know what I mean? An aura. Yeah, like it wasn't exactly used to cut apples. It's meant for greater things. Yes, ma'am. How'd it go? I even lived there for a bit. No way. Yeah, too drafty. I moved out one winter and never looked back. Gets cold? Sure, when the sun is down. Nice old church, though. Really nice. Could make a nice workshop. There you go. The neighbors. Six feet. That's standard. Standard for people anyway, but .6 feet's the rule for a person. Let's say the average person is 5'9". What I can't figure is, for the purposes of burial, do you measure from the front legs or the back? At least I'm putting the math in. If this were still company property, they'd be off at a landfill. Cold sons of bitches. And built so much here, they ought to be here still, cleaning up. Hell, not that I miss them. Actually, Ron seems kind of like the guy who would have a lighter voice. Hell, not that I miss him. Yeah. Maybe more. Maybe more. Maybe more. Maybe more. I don't know. Ah, damn, there he goes. We going after him? In the bushes? Yeah. After the raccoon? Yeah. No. But it's probably full of thorns. Yeah, but raccoon. It's not happening. Okay, okay. Oh, don't pout. Tell you what, that raccoon comes back into town, we'll leave some food out for him. Yes, ma'am. They're they're having trouble over here. Bumping in. Hey, don't run in the graveyard.
Why not?
It's... People are trying to rest. Agreed. Well, you two have fun. Shuffling. Guess she woke up. Rita never got as many bands to come up here as she would have liked, I think. It was always a blast. Whoa, look at this. Emily pulls a piece of slate adorned with a partial circuit diagram out of the rubble. This is part of James' schematic for the sound and image processor. Damn, this was valuable information. Emily pulls a videotape out of the rubble. Home movies? Probably some weird art video, statistically speaking. I think the ceremony's around dusk. Yeah, we'll stick around. Nowhere to be. I guess we totally skipped these guys. Must have been some area that could have gone to. Never did. Wow. Seems to be working okay.
Julia's gonna love this.
Who?
Oh, yeah? Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, I don't know. Just a bunch of old stuff. Hard to imagine someone ordering this. Like, these things specifically. Why these things? This folding rocking chair, it's nice, but it's so peculiar. Someone really wanted this chair. Now we're setting it all up trying to reverse engineer this person we never met. I kind of feel like we are that person. We're making that person right now, together. Yeah, thanks. That helps. Hand me that rag, would you? One with the embroidered bird on it.
This one?
Does it have a bird on it? I think so. Don't you know what a bird looks like?
Yeah, but it's pretty small. I thought it was some letters. I guess that could be a bird on there. Could be a bird on there.
Well, it's a rag, ain't it? As long as it's a rag, I guess it'll work for mopping sweat.
Yeah, it's a rag for sure.
about that time, huh? All right, man. Let's see what you got.
This one looks like it might still play.
It's more like up there, huh? Oh, Bill Monroe. Great.
Yeah, we had a few of his.
Man, this is a barnstormer. Popular?
They used to be, but then the jukebox started to wear down. The longer it would run, the slower it would play. And then these weird echoes would start to come in. Like the music was leaking and just pooling up in the bottom somewhere until everything was drowning. After a few hours, no matter what you put in that jukebox, it'd come out strange, wrong.
I don't know. That sounds pretty cool to me, man. I forget who Wanda is. Part 4, subsection G. Notes on inhabitants. Most relocated already, prior to the transitional event. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, right? I can spot you easy now, huh? We've had our eyes on the site for years. Alright, well, don't set up shop just yet, huh? Interesting way to present the passage of time. Hey y'all, thanks for sticking around for this. I know we've all got places to, well, if anybody still needs somewhere to go, be sure to speak up, okay? I think Ron's heading through the woods tonight. Back to the road if you want a caravan. You staying, Em? I'm heading out too. We're gonna help James move the image processor to a safe place on the river somewhere. Right now, though, we've got some friends to bury. The neighbors. Nikki has a poem, and I have a song. If anyone wants to say anything, though, I'll go first. The neighbors were kind, gentle, beautiful horses. I used to go on walks with the silver one out in the woods by... Why didn't anybody ever give them names? The silver one. Well, I guess he was gray, but his coat looked silver in the light, so I always called him that in my head. And the other one is the other one. And I love these horses, but you never know it if you heard me talk about them like that. So, I'm sorry, silver one and other one. Sorry I don't have better names for you. You deserve better names. Also, sorry I'm so bad at this. Anybody else have anything to say? We didn't give them names because their names weren't ours to give. The horses were here before us, you know. They came with the people from Central America, you know, the Utopians, the people of nothing. The people of nothing arrived by horseback in October, and their first experiment was to free the horses. That was generations ago. People and horses. I don't know when we started calling them the neighbors. Should have called them the people, I think. They were the only consistent residents of this place for over 100 years. Now they're all gone. Who are the people now? I've got something to say. I just want to say these horses used to crap on my floors. It never bothered me too much. I never mentioned it to anyone. Didn't want to make a thing out of it, but for clearing the air, well, that happened. And it's okay. I mean, recently, too. I was cleaning up horse crap just a couple days ago, but I'm saying it was okay. It would have been okay if any of you wanted to crap on my floors. I just want to say that. I would have cleaned up after any of you if you crapped on my floor. Thanks, Ron. Okay, I guess we better move on. Nikki, you ready? Thanks for sticking around, like Emily said. So good to have you all here for this. I think the neighbors would have liked this, all of us gathered here. They like to be around people. Maya, you and our other visitors might not know about the out-of-towner. He came here to work for the company, to dig a ditch. And the company worked him good and hard, and for less than he was worth. But it wasn't enough. They had to use him up completely. After that, we became ungovernable. First out of shame, then grief, then anger. This is a poem for the neighbors, but it's also for this town. Yeah, we're gonna bury this town today. When we bury these horses, it's the same thing. We're gonna bury these horses. And what do you think will happen next? Well, I'll walk out into the woods and leave this place empty. No. I guess some of us might stay and build again. It's alright. Couldn't be me. But to try is your birthright. If you do stay, you'll be building on top of a grave. Well, that's true anywhere. The whole world is built on top of graves. Look for me under your boot soles, as the fella says. Nikki clears her throat and begins reading from the paper she's holding. For we who stayed, in shame to penance pay, and hope to mercy find right where we sinned. Those hopes are withered, no mercy left. Who could forgive us now we've buried our merciful friends? Nikki closes her eyes for a moment before continuing. Our neighbors were the best of us, of course. It's always so. Our better selves, clear of ourselves, where we can see their glory glow. They glow now underground, our friends with love. To greener pastures, you might say, but lie. But, staring at the clouds, my vision showed. Below the earth, in damp torchlit caves, some other cherished fools will build their home. Then we buried the horses.
I've heard of a land of joy and peace and wonderful life, a beautiful place of mansions fair and skies so bright, where all who believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray, just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way. Well, glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go. For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know. I want them to sing that praise above some beautiful day. For glory to Him who died for me, I'm going that way. I know I shall meet Him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall meet Him face to face in glory at last. Oh, I believe that when we meet, well done, He'll say, while trusting my soul redeeming love, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray, just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way.
You're waiting for me? Well, here we have it. These are scratched out, some of these aren't. Yeah, it's interesting. But, yeah, that was Kentucky Route Zero. That was all 5 chapters. Really cool game. Really great style, atmosphere. I like how, you know, when you have a limited way of interacting with something, so I can just kind of click around, it gave them space to, change the way I interface with the world. Obviously playing these different characters, avatars, and kind of interacting with these separate things that sort of come together in the end. I love all the non-literal storytelling. And I think there's intermediate. Oh, I see. There's intermediate chapters. And just the representation of a sort of, what do I call it? There's a certain truth to this way of being. You know, I think I mentioned when I played the first chapter talking about Night in the Woods, and it's very much comes from a similar place, a very, very similar place of sort of middle America, the decay and the sort of living afterlife, you know, this sense of limbo, this sense of everything
left behind and gone away. And I think it's a cool, like, atmospheric, you know, dive through all that. I guess it's supposed to be that first character we play as passes away. I guess we could have run into those musician folks at some point. Maybe they were the ones, the guitar player that we ran into on the not the Zero, but in that first section. But it's a cool one. I think doing it as a blind stream has its ups and downs. Hopefully I was able to present it in an interesting way. But yeah, that was Kentucky Route Zero. Got the other chapters in my streaming backlog. Thursday should proceed as normally. As per usual, no idea what it's going to be about. But as per usual, I got things I'm working on, so maybe I can tap into that. Who knows? But I am. Thanks for joining me, checking out this cool game. And it was enjoyable. I'm going to definitely call it. Because definitely sleepy today, and that was a solid 2 hours. So yeah, that was cool. See everybody on Thursday, 3:45-ish, YouTube and Twitch. So yeah, until then, you know, keep your head, keep your health, and I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.
How you always say you was moving forward. Honesty hurts when you're getting older. I gotta say I miss the way you need me. Yeah. Why you always say you was getting bored? Why you always say I was falling short? How you lead me out so far away? How could it be 20-something all alone, still not a thing in my name? Ain't got nothing running from love, only no fear. That's me, Miss 20-something. Ain't got nothing running from love. Wish you were here. Stuck in them 20-somethings. Stuck in them 20-somethings. Good luck on them 20-somethings. Good luck on them 20-somethings. God bless these 20-somethings. God bless them, God bless them, God bless them. Hoping my 20-somethings won't end. Hoping to keep the rest of my friends. Praying the 20-somethings don't kill me, kill me. Took us so long to separate. I feel it's permanent like a riptide this time. Waves crashing fast like them 20-somethings. Good luck on them 20-somethings. Good luck on them 20-somethings. God bless these 20-somethings. Hoping my 20-somethings won't end. Hoping to keep the rest of my friends. Praying the 20-somethings don't kill me. Kill me. God bless them, God bless them, God bless them.